right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 6 o'clock. Let's stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This meeting is officially called to order. Roll call, please.
Trustee Eads.
Present.
Trustee Lilly.
Present.
Trustee Dunlap. Present. Trustee Blakey.
Present.
Trustee Clark. Present. Trustee Marshall.
Present.
Is there anyone here tonight that is interested in addressing the board? If so, you may step forward now. If not, we will move on. Is there a motion to approve board minutes dated January 24th, 2023? Motion by Dunlap. Was it supported? Supported by Lilly. Roll call.
Eads.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap. Yes. Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Yes. Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. We'll now move on to our standing committee reports, starting with Public Works. Thank you, Trustee Dunlap. Economic Development, Trustee Blakey.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Recently, we met with retail coach Aaron Farmer. We had our first meeting with him. If you recall, Aaron Farmer was retained to assist the village of Lynwood with attracting new business to the village. Upon that meeting, he completed several different data studies, one of which is a retail market profile that profiles all of the village of Lynwood so that we are now able to go before the businesses that we are interested in and attract them, or at least appeal to them for the village, and hopefully that they will come and be interested in the village of Lynwood. The next phase of that process is for him to let us know the people that he believed would be interested in the village based on the studies that he's done, and the mayor already has a list of individual businesses that we were interested in, and we're going to be presenting that list the next time we talk to Mr. Farmer. The other thing that I have is Body and Mind has already submitted their MWRD application. We're looking forward to the return of that application, hopefully within 21 days, so they can move forward. That's all I have for economic development. Can I move on to community affairs?
I actually have one thing I wanted to
Yes.
share with you. The village has received plans from SEMA developers. They will be building a car wash here in the village of Lynwood at 3791 Lincoln Highway, which is very exciting. It's right at the border near the BP. So we are getting a car wash, and we no longer have to drive across the border to get our car wash. That's it.
Outstanding. Thank you. I can move on to community
Yes,
affairs.
you can.
So we received word today from Pace Bus Shelter that they are assigning the site that we have at the corner of 201st and Torrance. They're assigning that site to their construction folks, and hopefully that will be installed in August or September of this year. So we're looking forward to that, and we'll keep you posted. On February 3rd, Assessor Assessor Katie came and spent the morning with the mayor and the trustees to give us a great deal of information, specifically information about how to optimize our home values and what we can do to make some benefits in that particular area. The other important thing that he stated was that we need to do an assessment of the Lansing schools. He cited that as an imperative because if the appeals are not benefiting the village, we can make sure that those appeals are benefiting the village. The reason why that's very important to us is because that's the school district, it's the largest school district that we benefit from, and they benefit from us, and so we have to look into that. That concludes my report for community affairs.
Thank you. Planning and zoning, Trustee Lilly.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have no report, but I do have an announcement to make. Working with Trustee Marshall and myself, we got in touch with the American Planning Association of Illinois, and we've managed to schedule the first zoning and planning board training, citizen planning training. It'll be held for our trustees, the Planning and Zoning Board, Building Department, Village Inspector, and Public Works Supervisors on March 13th from 5 to 7:30 p.m., and a formal announcement will be sent out to all attendees. May I move on to ordinances and resolutions?
Yes.
Thank you. I have a motion for a second read action taken with respect to the special use application of NMG Illinois 1 LLC DBA B&M Body and Mind to adopt an ordinance of the Village of Lynwood, Illinois, granting a special use permit with conditions.
The motion by Lilly, supported by Clark. Attorney Boyle.
Yes, good evening, everyone. This is the second reading on the ordinance which, if approved, would grant a special use permit to Body and Mind. The special use permit would come with conditions which include but aren't limited to entering into a community agreement that I think Mr. Hoffman spoke to you about during his presentation, as well as a redevelopment agreement. So approval of this ordinance would be a big step, but it wouldn't be the only step because of those things also having to be in place. We do have a signed community agreement from Body and Mind, and I understand that Body and Mind is still going through the development agreement, so we hope to hear back from them on any kind of cleanups or changes they may want to talk to us about in that agreement. But like I said, the ordinance here is a big step, but also understand that the conditions of the ordinance also need to be met in order for that to go forward.
Roll call.
Dees. Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. Welcome, Body and Mind, to the Village of Lynwood.
My second item, Madam Mayor, is waive first and second read action taken to approve restated annexation ordinance number 22-13, Franciscan Alliance.
There's a motion. Is it supported?
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Dunlap. Attorney Boyle.
Yes, this is a restated version of an ordinance that you passed, I believe, back in January. It annexed the Franciscan Alliance property right near the border with Dyer into the village. We were contacted by the Cook County Clerk's office to let us know that there was a clerical error in the ordinance itself. There was a mix-up in the description, in the legal description. That's been cleared up. The restated ordinance has the full and complete legal description. It's been reviewed by the Cook County Clerk's office. They're happy with it. So passing this and enacting it would just allow that to be cleaned up and then submitted to the county clerk, and that annexation pretty much completed.
Roll call.
Dees.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries.
That will conclude my report, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Trustee Clark, something on this?
On this wonderful day, I just want to say happy Valentine's Day to everyone, and I have no reports.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. Finance, Trustee Eves.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Motion to approve bill payment memo 1464. Total cash
I'm
disbursement.
sorry. Trustee Eves, are you okay?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Thank
Do
you.
we need to stop and take a break?
No, I'll continue. Thank you. Excuse me, total cash disbursement, $374,441.38, which includes payroll for the period of January 8th, 2023 through January 21st, 2023, and the total amount of $149,078.08.
Support. Motion by Eves, supported by Clark. Roll call.
Dees.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Madam Mayor, I would like to share some information with the residents. The Illinois Homeowner Assistance Fund application deadline has been extended until all available funds has been exhausted. Illinois homeowners can apply for up to $60,000 for mortgage assistance if they experience a COVID-19 related hardship after January 21st, 2020. The assistance will help with the following delinquencies: mortgage payments, property taxes, homeowners insurance, and/or condo association fees, and delinquent mobile home lot fees. Apply at illinoishousinghelp.org. Illinois, individuals that are currently homeless or in immediate danger of eviction, foreclosure, or homelessness, please apply for IDHS Homeless Prevention Program services, which includes rent or mortgage assistance, utility assistance, counseling, case management, and employment services. Career opportunities, we have plumbers, JAC Local 130 UA will be accepting applications online only for admission to the plumbing apprenticeship until February 17, 2023. You must apply online at apply.jac130.org. For questions, call 312-421-1028. The IBEW Local 9 and MSECA Training Center, located at 2643 Joseph Court, University Park, Illinois, is taking applications until February 17, 2023. Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. To apply, applicants must appear in person and bring the original of all the documents listed on the website. For additional information and directions, to visit our website at www.ibew9edu.org. ComEd South Region External Affairs is teaming up with Mentoring Youth through Technology for a discussion on career pathways with robotic students in grades 6 through 8, February 16th, 3:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. at Lynwood Academy, 500 West 187th Street in Lynwood, Illinois. Event updates for our village. The financial literacy program for high school students grades 9 through 12 begins March 4th for 6 weeks. The deadline has been extended until February 17th. You can email myself at ceves@villageoflynwood.net or call me at 708-935-5803. Lastly, the scholarship lottery raffle first fundraiser to support the education scholarship will be a daily lottery raffle during the month of April. Winner is determined by evening Illinois Pick 3 drawing. Monday through Friday, the payout is $50. Saturday and Sunday, the payout is $100. The tickets are only $5 and are available for purchase at Village Hall, or you can contact me at 708-935-5803 or Trustee Kurt Marshall at 708-744-1975. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Public Safety, Trustee Marshall.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just have one item on the agenda. Looking for a motion to approve the resignation agreement between Sergeant Brian Dorian, the Village of Lynwood, and the Illinois Fraternal Order Police Labor Council.
There's a motion, is it supported? Motion by Marshall, supported by Dunlap. Attorney Boyle.
Yes, this is a resignation agreement concerning Sergeant Brian Dorian. Sergeant Dorian approached the village to inquire about the possibility of entering into such an agreement. He had some conversations with Chief Dempsey, which were then brought to the attention of the village president. We reviewed what Sergeant Dorian had asked us to review and made a determination that all things being considered, the resignation agreement would be in the best interest of the village.
Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes,
That motion carries.
that's all I have, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. We'll now move on to our department reports, starting with Chief Dan Dempsey.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On February 3rd, 2023, officers were called to 19621 Lake Park Drive for a man with a gun. One officer was in the vicinity of the call when it was dispatched and observed a vehicle matching the description fleeing from that location at a high rate of speed. The vehicle was pulled over and occupied by 3 subjects. All 3 subjects matched the description of the subjects that were at 19621 Lake Park Drive location. The victim at this location had advised dispatch that 3 subjects were at her home. 1 subject was an ex-boyfriend who called and stated he was coming over to shoot up the place. He arrived at her home with friends, and 1 subject was armed with a gun, so he called the police. The gun was recovered from the vehicle. All 3 subjects were taken into custody. All 3 subjects were read their Miranda rights and interviewed to determine who was in possession of the gun. After interviewing everyone involved, Brandon Stone from Riverdale was charged with felony aggravated unlawful use of a weapon. And ex-boyfriend Ronell Tatum from Dalton was charged with misdemeanor assault. All Lynwood police officers have completed their Narcan application training. Narcan nasal spray is a prescription medicine used for the treatment of known or suspected opioid overdose emergencies with signs of breathing problems, severe sleepiness, or not being able to respond. This is a life-saving drug. All Lynwood officers will now carry Narcan nasal spray. Narcan comes at a cost of $25 per unit if purchased through pharmacy or Bud's ambulance. You're able to find a Cook County program that would donate Narcan for us free of cost. If our officers were trained, we were given 42 units of Narcan for the Lynwood Police Department. In the last few months, a few Lynwood residents who drive Kias or Hyundais have been the victim of vehicle theft. Unfortunately, these vehicles are very easy to steal because of social media posts showing how this can be done. Many of these cars are being used in carjackings of high-end vehicles. I contacted both Kia and Hyundai to ask them for help. I was able to get a total of 110 steering wheel locks donated by both companies for our residents. Any Lynwood resident who owns a Kia or Hyundai can contact the Lynwood Police and we will give you a free steering wheel lock. I did receive an email today from Hyundai stating they are rolling out free anti-theft software upgrade that prevents certain Hyundai vehicles from starting during a method of theft that was recently posted on social media. This upgrade, along with a steering wheel lock information, will be posted on the village and the police social media page, or you could call the police department. So I have 110. This is the lock that were donated, so all of them are free. So anybody that has one, just come and we will give you one free at any cost. Crime stats, January 26th through February 13th, we had 12 arrests, 78 traffic stops, 95 citations, 13 domestic disturbance, 208 building checks, and 9 guns were recovered. Madam Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Chief. Assistant Chief of Police, Robin Hood.
Yes, Madam Mayor. Our Valentine's Day senior bingo was this afternoon. Everyone had a great time. Very fun as usual. Thank you to everyone who helped put this event together and also those who volunteered. Sergeant Weinbrecht will be conducting ALICE training for Sandridge School on February 16th. This training provides updated information and strategies for response to active threat situations at the school. Our chili cook-off will be held February 18th at Lencioni's Restaurant beginning at noon. If you're interested in providing chili, please contact Sergeant Weinbrecht. This is a friendly competition for bragging rights. Neighborhood block meetings have been completed for all areas of Lynwood. We encourage blocks or subdivisions to contact Sergeant Larry whenever they feel the need, whenever they feel it would be necessary to have another meeting, as we are always open to discussing public safety. Okay. We'll be taking applications for this year's Citizens Police and Fire Academy. This year's classes will be held from April 6th to May 25th, every Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. And that concludes my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, can I ask a question, please?
Sure.
So it may be necessary, Madam Mayor, this weekend to call in the National Guard because I'll be traveling this weekend. I won't be able to defend my championship. And I don't know if the residents will be able to handle the fact that my children will not be there. So that may be something that you want to consider.
The National
I can put some more men at the outbreak of
Chief, I'll talk to you, Chief, about the National Guard, Illinois
Well,
National
it's still available, Mr. Blakey. You did buy it from Jewel, didn't you?
You're gonna make me cancel my trip.
For those of you that don't know, Trustee Blakey won last year's chili cook-off, and Trustee Lilly did not win, so.
A salty second.
I saw money being passed around.
But there's a good chance that you might win this year, so. All right, thank you. Any more questions?
No, ma'am, that's it, thank you very much. I'll consult with the chief about that.
Let me know how they go. Deputy Chief of Fire.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll go over the call volume for the last period of the last 3 weeks. We received 1 mutual aid request for station coverage, 2 mutual aid requests for response to the scene, 1 mutual aid request which were canceled. Responded to 80 medical calls, 4 vehicle accidents, including 1 with a vehicle on fire, 4 carbon monoxide calls, 4 fire alarms, and 2 good intent calls. We have a member of our department that's been recently certified as a CPR instructor and would like to teach classes to the public. So at this time, we're getting prices on training mannequins and the other necessary supplies, and we hope to start classes this spring. We are still doing our residential smoke detector program. It's sponsored by the State Fire Marshal's Office and the Illinois Fire Safety Alliance. They supply us with free detectors to install in our residents' homes. So if anybody's interested in this service, call the fire station. We will come out and inspect and evaluate the detectors in any home. And if the home lacks the recommended number of functioning detectors, we will provide and install new detectors at no cost to the resident. We've installed 11 detectors in 3 homes in the last 3 weeks. And we have 3 more requests as of today for the service. And in total, we have installed 50 detectors in 10 homes. That's all.
I won't embarrass anyone in this room by asking if they've taken it. Oh, yes, I will. Raise your hand if you've taken advantage of this program. Oh, the commissioner has? Thank you, DC. And now we'll move on. Now will be a great time for me to make this announcement. If you've been attending our meetings or if you've been watching them, you know that we have been without a superintendent of public works for a while. We conducted a search. We opened it up internally. We had 4 candidates who actually interviewed. We have made the decision to promote 2 internal candidates. So you see sitting amongst the department heads today, Samuel Garcia, who will be our superintendent of water. And his partner in crime, who you will see at our next board meeting, but also joining us tonight, is Dan Lynwood. He will be our superintendent of streets. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
So for us, we just finished up our capacity development survey report, which we worked with Robinson Engineering. We sent that in. We're starting to get all of our reports together now. Since our last board meeting, we've only had 1 water main break. Also, we've started doing our potholes. So that I know there's a lot of potholes in town, and with this good weather, we've been able to start filling those in. And also, we've contacted EJ Company. They're giving offering a free hygiene training, so we can get some of these younger guys that are kind of still not familiar with the hydrants and how they work. They come in and give us a free training on that. And that'd be it.
Thank you. Filling in for our village engineer tonight is our other village engineer, who I feel like we should get you a nameplate because I'm sure we'll be saying you sitting in that chair more often. But Brittany McPherson, any report tonight?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I just want to update you guys that the 2022 CDBG and Rebuild Illinois Street Resurfacing Project is going to be bid mid-March, and hopefully we'll have construction started soon after. And of course, we're working to choose the streets for 2023 CDBG grant application.
This is exciting. If you all remember in our town hall meeting, we shared that this is the largest street repair project that we've had in the village of Lynwood, and it will begin hopefully by late spring. So, exciting times. Great. Finance, Mrs. Federick.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no report tonight.
Building Department, Ms. Early.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no report tonight.
Right. Attorney Boyle.
No report.
Okay. Well, Madam Clerk.
Yes, a brief report. I just want to let the residents know that the tax appeal forms are available here at the office, and that Bloom Township is accepting applications now through February 17th. So we have a few more days to get those tax appeals filled out.
I just have a few things to share, and then I'll ask for some motions here. Once again, congratulations to our two new superintendents. On yesterday, I attended a congressional exchange meeting where Congresswoman Kelly hosted Congressman Lotta from Ohio, and I guess this is a program that Congress instituted where different members of Congress take up some time to go out and visit different districts and learn more about the districts and the needs of their districts and how they can support even though they're from other states. It was a really good meeting. They were very interested in hearing the concerns of the Southland. There were only a handful of mayors that were able to attend. The one thing that I shared with them and reiterated is the need for the village of Lynwood to have its own zip code. I stressed to Congresswoman Kelly and Congressman Lotta all the reasons why we need to have our own zip code and the challenges that we face by not having our own zip code. Congressman Lotta was on board. He is now supporting Congressman Kelly in our efforts, and I was told that the United States Postal Service is reviewing our applications. So stay tuned. We're still working.
Madam Mayor.
Yes. I do want to thank Assessor Katie for coming out to the village of Lynwood. Thank you, Trustee Blakey, for sharing some details. It is not often that we get these officials to come out to our village and take the time to get to know what's really happening here. And so he really was interested in understanding what's unique about Lynwood and how this office can better support us. And so I think we had a very healthy conversation, and we appreciate him and his team for coming out. In the past month or so, we have experienced some highs and lows here in the village of Lynwood. Those of you that have been around since the start of this administration know that when we laugh together. When we cry together. So recently, two members of the village of Lynwood two members of our family experienced loss, me being one of them. I lost the matriarch of our family. It is customary for this board of trustees and clerk and mayor to send resolutions out to the funeral service, and so that is what we did. And so I will start with resolution 23-1217. It is a resolution honoring the life of Irma Lee Hudson Creighton. Whereas it is with deep sadness.
Whereas it is with deep sadness, we announce the passing of Irma Lee Hudson Creighton on Tuesday, January 17, 2023. Beloved aunt and family matriarch of Mayor J.D. Curry. And whereas Irma Lee Hudson Creighton, a devoted wife to Ethan Howard Creighton Sr. for 67 years, mother of 4 children, Dwight, Dwayne, Ethan Jr., and Rebecca, and committed matriarch to the family that she so deeply loved. And whereas Irma Lee Hudson Creighton was equally passionate about the education of young people and spent her career working for Chicago Public Schools, where she retired after 27 years of service. Upon retirement, she enjoyed spending more time with family, serving at her church, and shopping. And whereas we fully understand that we cannot replace Mrs. Irma Lee Hudson Creighton, but we will attempt to improve our lives and live our lives as demonstrated by the great example of this faithful wife, mother, aunt, cousin, matriarch, employee, and friend. And whereas the death of Irma Lee Hudson Creighton does not diminish the profound benediction of a life lived in such godly service, nor our admiration of and affection for her. And whereas our beloved embraced the all-forgiving presence of God from her earliest days and strove to exhibit these same qualities of compassion throughout an exemplary life. And whereas Mayor Jada D. Curry has been a dedicated public servant who has balanced her commitment to serving the residents of Lynwood along with her commitment to care for her beloved aunt and second mother. Whereas the village of Lynwood shares in your sorrow, but recognizes that the Lord has accepted into his presence a good and faithful servant. Therefore, be it resolved that the village of Lynwood, Mayor Curry, Clerk Wingfield Bond, Trustee Blakey, Trustee Lilly, Trustee Eves, Trustee Marshall, Trustee Dunlap, and Trustee Clark do hereby offer our sincere condolences. A copy of this resolution will be read at the next board meeting on February 14, 2023 at 6 o'clock p.m. and recorded into record. How blessed are we to have had someone in our lives who makes saying goodbye so hard.
Is there a motion to approve this resolution? Motion by Dunlap, is supported by Clark. Roll call.
It's a motion by Dunlap, supported by Clark. Trustee Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap. Yes. Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. Obviously, this is very fresh. I apologize.
No apology necessary.
But she was very special to me and my family. I am happy to see my family here. I am extremely happy to have our patriarch here, the man who was married to her for 67 years. So I am going to present this resolution to Ethan Creighton Sr. So it has been an emotional couple of months for us. I am not the only member of this family who experienced loss. Our very own Crystal Johnson, the person who really whips us into shape around here, lost her mother. She was also the mother-in-law of Commissioner Charlie Johnson. And so I am going to read Resolution 23-127. Actually, I'm going to ask the clerk to read it.
Resolution number 23-127. Whereas it is with profound sadness we announce the passing of Carrie Evelyn Griffin on Monday, January 23rd, 2023. Beloved mother to Crystal Johnson and mother-in-law to Commissioner Charlie Johnson. And whereas Carrie Evelyn Griffin was a devoted wife to Frazier Griffin and mother of 6 children, Tanya, Crystal, Tracy, Javelle, April, and Tyrone. And whereas Carrie Evelyn Griffin was known as a fashionista and was considered to be a phenomenal makeup artist, who even while battling illness still concerned herself with ensuring she had her makeup and her appearance was as she would want it to be. And whereas the legacy of love and commitment to family that Carrie Evelyn Griffin left behind will continue to inspire her loved ones and those of us that strive to make the world a better place. And whereas Carrie Evelyn Griffin was a very independent person who would perform any task and instill in her family to follow her example. She loved her family with a gentle yet stern combination which only she possessed. And whereas Crystal Johnson and Commissioner Charlie Johnson had been long-term residents of the village of Lynwood and always found a way to balance the need to care for this beloved mother, along with their service to the village of Lynwood. And whereas, in God's holy wisdom, he called home Carrie Evelyn Griffin to dwell with him in the glories of paradise, the village of Lynwood mourns with you and acknowledges this tremendous loss for your family. And therefore, be it resolved that the village of Lynwood, Mayor Curry, Clerk Winfield Bond, Trustee Blakey, Trustee Lilly, Trustee Eves, Trustee Marshall, Trustee Dunlap, and Trustee Clark embraces this bereaved family and offers our sincere condolences. A copy of this resolution will be read at the next board meeting on February 14, 2023 at 6 o'clock p.m. and recorded into record. Grief is the price we pay for love. Queen Elizabeth.
Is there a motion to approve Resolution 23-127? Motion by Dunlap, supported by Clark. Roll call.
Eves. Yes. Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries tonight. We have Crystal and Commissioner Johnson here, and so we'll be presenting these resolutions to them. I want to thank this Board of Trustees for allowing us to honor our loved ones. Once again, this is fresh for both of us, and so we are still grieving. So we will grieve together and love on each other. On that note, I will ask for a motion to adjourn. I'm sorry. I will ask for a motion to table executive session. Motion. Motion by Dunlap, supported by Clark. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. I'll now ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Eves. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. This meeting is adjourned. Happy holiday, everyone. Thank you.